Ball Pit is finally out. I remember seeing a few seconds of gameplay months ago, and it immediately caught my eye. It looked like a Vampire Survivors or Brotato with Brick Breakers mechanics layered in. I remember playing DX Ball when I was young. I love that game. After about 10 hours with it, I can say it scratches that Vampire Survivor style itch and is actually way more than I expected. I'd like to talk about my impressions and my early thoughts of the game so far, some of the surprises, but long story short, if you're into this type of action arcade game, it's a no-brainer. You gotta give this one a shot. Kenny Sun, developer of Ball Pit, describes the game as a fast-paced fantasy roguelite where heroes must find the balls to plunge deeper into a seemingly bottomless pit of monsters, develop arcane ammunition and resources in pursuit of treasure, recruiting additional heroes to aid you in your perilous quest. And the game starts simple enough. You've got one hero, a warrior armed with a single ball, and your job is to destroy waves of enemies made of bricks. So throughout the run, you'll level up, pick up from a set of randomized upgrades, balls or passives, and try to survive as enemies get tougher. If you get too close to the bricks, or if they make it to the bottom of the screen, you will take damage and your character will eventually die. Because it's a roguelite, all those upgrades vanish when you die. What you'll notice immediately from the Ball Pit gameplay is you're not just dodging projectiles like a Vampire Survivors, you're also aiming your shots, lining up ricochets, trying to get behind the blocks, so there is an extra level of strategy from a comparison like Vampire Survivors. During runs, you'll also pick up blueprints, and these things are really important, and they unlock new buildings and upgrades between runs. And this is where the other half of Ball Pit lives. After you most likely die during your first run, I did, you'll learn that your character actually does have a permanent level that carries over between runs, separate from the leveling during the run. This is where you're introduced to possibly my favorite part of the game, the base. Here your hero manages resources and uses those blueprints to construct buildings and to strengthen your character and unlock new heroes. Resources like wheat, wood, stone are collected in a time minigame called harvesting. Your hero literally bounces around the base, hitting the resources like a ball, collecting them. And as you unlock more heroes, they join in, so it boosts the productivity and letting you expand your base even further. Once you finish at your base, back to the pit. This is the full loop. So while gameplays initially reminded me of Vampire Survivors, the two-phase structure, run into the pit, upgrades at the base, actually reminds me also of games like Moonlighter and Cult of the Lamb. I wanted to do one more run, then I wanted to harvest my resources, then one more to try a new character, and so you just don't want to stop. And that's that addictive loop that people love from games like that, and it's here. Progression throughout the game works in the same way on those two fronts, during the run and back at your base. So like I mentioned earlier, during the run you collect money, sometimes resources as well. Each time you level up, you'll pick from a set of randomized upgrades, either balls or passives. You can equip up to 4 of each and level them further to make them more powerful. You'll also find these buffs that will allow you to fuse or evolve your balls and make them into even stronger combos, or create unique balls that have the effects of both fused. Really great fun because it lets you mix effects, try new combos, it opens up new slots as well, and it really pushes your build's potential. The passives will offer benefits to your build, like increasing critical strike if you hit them from the front, or you'll have reinforcement blocks that fight on your side, which is really cool. Your heroes get stronger pretty quickly, so completing stages several times never feels like a drag. To progress, you'll need to beat each level a set number of times, and that will allow you to descend further into the pit, unlocking new stages, with more difficult enemies, new balls, and passives as you go. Growing and upgrading your base is just as crucial. Buildings grant permanent buffs to your heroes, it expands your resource pool, letting you strengthen your team even more. I found myself returning to previous stages to level up new characters, or to make sure I have all the blueprints found in that level, and that's another loop that kept me hooked. Presentation-wise, Ball Pit nails it. It has smooth performance, stylish pixel art. I'm playing it on PC. I think it's available pretty much everywhere. The music also fits perfectly with the aesthetic of the game and the gameplay, whether your ball's deep in the pit. Or managing your base. It's also the type of game that you can chill with while listening to podcasts or music, low stress. Perfect game to unwind to, watch the time fly by. Kenny Sun and Devolver recently announced they've sold 300,000 copies. Congrats to them, it's well deserved. I'm happy that games like this get the recognition. If you like that horrid survival gameplay of Vampire Survivors or Brotato, the arcadey feel of Brick Breaker, or the base management of games like Cult of the Lamb, maybe not quite as complicated as Cult of the Lamb, and of course this game has that collectathon satisfaction of unlocking everything, this game has all of those. There's nothing else to say really, go play it. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.